Welcome to Grace by Rain, a podcast about the beauty in life. I'm your host, Elaine Shircliff. Welcome back, everybody. We are on episode 1 of season 6. Thank you all for being with me for this long and it's super inconsistent. This year, not going to happen. Consistency and non-burnout is the key. And to help me today, I am interviewing my beautiful friend, Nick Harrington, one of the co-hosts of the Hockeytown West pod. Hey,
I
Nick.
Hey, I thought this was Hockeytown West podcast and we were interviewing you.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
So,
We're
what
just
you
turning the
got for me?
tables.
What do you got for me, Nick?
So I sent you a note. Hopefully you're able to follow along. But I wanted to talk about things that were beautiful this week.
Well, this weekend I did have some really good chicken wings made by yours truly, which would be Nick.
Could have been
And
better.
there was really good. Okay, first of all, the ones on the grill were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Maria's sister made that really good rice. I brought home a lot. I still have some. Gonna eat it. Gonna eat it after we get off here. And then her mom made that really good salsa and hibiscus one. Oh, I would be so fat if I lived with them because their food is top notch.
They try to feed me all the time. It's good food. She's
It's-
like, come over for tacos. And they're like, Nick, she only makes tacos when you're coming over. Like, never for us, just for you, Nick. And I was like, oh, well, we can have something else like quesadillas or steaks, whatever. Doesn't have to just be tacos. So
Uh, well, Nick, what did you find beautiful this week?
found a lot of things beautiful this week. So not many people know this because I wear hoodies a lot during the hockey season, but I actually have a tattoo that is "Life is Beautiful."
Show
So
the
it's
listeners, or I guess not the
Yeah.
listeners, show the viewers.
So I have it
Look at
just down
that.
my arm. Life is beautiful. I've had this since I was 18. Yeah, 18. Um,
I saw it for the first time when I was at your house for the game. I had never seen it before. I
oh
don't know
yeah.
how. Yeah, I
I
guess.
always forget that I have it too. Because I've had it with me for so long. So yeah, so when you had asked me to come on, I was like, oh, it's kind of funny how things connect. But yeah, the things that I found beautiful this week. Well, obviously Maria. Like I always find Maria beautiful every moment of the day. Future wife there. So no matter what she's doing, watching the games with her is beautiful, right? Like you
It,
get
but it is though. She's so adorable. She's my favorite football fan.
she just started was it last year? No, 2 years ago. She really got into like didn't know it, and then I introduced her to the game, and she just fell in love. And her man is Alex Anzalone, so anytime he's on the TV, she just goes wild. So so yeah. But we can't convert her to hockey. It'll never be a thing. She'll sit with us. She'll go to the game. She can what do I want to say? She can tolerate it, but football, being at Ford Field, being in Detroit for football, she goes nuts. So
I mean, I understand. Now that I've been to Ford Field, I get it. I get it.
yeah, it's way better
I'm
than
not
Soldier Field.
I'm
Somebody
not
said
switching
that.
sides.
Somebody said that when we were in Ford Field.
Yeah, I think it
Um
was you. I think you
yeah.
called
I think somebody
I think
agreed
you
with it.
called Soldier Field the dump or like
Yeah.
trash or something. I mean, when you go into Ford Field though, you're just like, oh, every stadium I've ever been to in my life looks like shit.
That's crazy because we went in the back way. We didn't even go in the front way.
Is the front way prettier?
Oh yeah. We gotta take you to we gotta yeah, next year.
Will that
Next
convert me into a fan? I'm
you
afraid.
walk in the we kind of walked kind of through it a little bit, but the front had the cars, the Chevy cars, wow. The Ford cars up front at display. Yeah, no, Ford Field. Ford. To me, they're all the
Could
same.
you imagine? Like a
So yeah,
Hyundai is
yeah.
sitting there like
Or a
not you're
Toyota. Um, yeah, Ford, all the like the Ford trucks. I think they have the cheerleaders up front too, before the game. But yeah, Ford Field's beautiful. And I hadn't been in there before. been to my first Lions game. I just got in there like 3 years ago. So the Lions game, beautiful, big divisional win. So that was beautiful. We back on track, 50 something points. That was beautiful. And
That was
hockey.
awful.
Hockey's back, and that's beautiful, right?
Oh,
So
hockey's back, baby. Hockey is back. I'm excited, which actually slides us right in to last year was your first season being credentialed in the locker room. So for your first year, what were the things that like were really cool to you about from being a fan to having to be in media?
yes, it's I think there's a line. Definitely a line. You can't be, media and a fan. You have to find that line and like make sure you respect it, right? It's hard to find that line too in the beginning. Last year, it's funny as I come on the podcast, I talk a lot of hockey. If you know me outside, like I talk a lot. And like when I got to the Griffins, and I'm just like, whoop, very, very small because I don't know like how it's supposed to be. Who is like, I mean, I know who is who to a point. Like I know who Bob is, and I know who the players are. So it's a difficult line, and I think too, like our podcast struggled with it last year of just trying to find that line and be still have fun and have chaos, but also be respectful and be professional. Um, so last year, the I said the story on the podcast I was on 2 weeks ago with the Hockeytown podcast. My first game, Brandon left me. Brandon is the professional one. He is the adult. I like to just cause chaos and do whatever. Like I just no filter. And our good friend of the show, of your show too, right? Andrew Rinaldi.
Yes,
Uh,
he's a good friend of the show, of my life. My number is blocked
yeah.
for good reason. You should listen to that Patreon episode for Rinaldi's birthday on the Hockeytown West podcast. Patreon.
It, he was like, I'm gonna be there for game one, so I'll be there with you, Nick. I'm like, cool. Like, I get there, I go to the entrance, I go upstairs. It's cool up there. They've got snacks. I'm like, this is sweet. Like free popcorn. I love popcorn. So I was like, that's cool. I'm like, it's weird sitting up there because it's so quiet. Like you're not in the
Mhm.
fans, you're not in the section, you don't have the energy. So it's like
Right.
it's
It's
just
not like that in Cleveland. You're like in
in the
it.
pit. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's weird. So like you're up from like such a high point of view where we're always sitting lower bowl. So it's like you see the game very differently too. And so, as I'm working with you and as I'm working with Brandon, like my point of view of hockey is completely changed from like watching on TV, listening to the calls, and then like really analyzing it now. So going down to do post game interviews, we get down there, it's Steve Eisenman's there, and I'm just like, holy smokes. So I think that's probably the closest I've ever had been to Steve Eisenman. I don't think I ran into him at like the Little Caesars or Joe Louis or training camp. I don't think I've been that close to him. And I saw him and I was just like, Rinaldi, holy crap, look. He goes, yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? I was like, yeah, like that's sick. And I go, you think I can get a picture? He goes, oh, probably not. Probably shouldn't. I was like, what if I get a picture of you? And he's just like in the background. You think I get away with it? He goes, all right, let's try. I don't know if have you seen this picture?
No, I haven't. I
I'll send you the
haven't.
picture. I found it the other
You
day.
should ask
I
Rinaldi to text it to me.
I sent it to the girls. So I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, Steve Eiser's there, and I'm just like, oh, that's so cool. And then we go into the locker room, and we ask the questions, and yeah, so we used new mics first time, and we had requested Marco Casper because he had a goal, I think a goal and assist in his first game, and he had a great, the season prior, that off season, he was rehabbing injury. So, we go in and the guys are asking questions. We're always taking questions. I think Tom Matostis was down there too. The news was down there, and then it's me, and I'm just like, well, crap, like I gotta ask a question. Like Brandon's gonna be so mad if I don't ask anything, and I'm nervous and I don't know what I'm doing down here. So I'm like, I get Marco and I go, Marco, how was this offseason compared to last offseason when you were, rehabbing all summer based off the injury, the knee injury that you had in Detroit. And like the way I had worded it, because I was nervous and like I'm not great with wording questions on the fly because of my ADD. So it's all jumbled and he's correcting me. And I'm just like, oh, now I feel like an idiot. Like, you knew what I meant. Like, help me out here, buddy. And he answers the question. I think that was it. And Rinaldi and I, we go out after the game, and I listened back to the video, and zero audio. So I have no idea where the audio is. It might be stored in the mics. We've recorded since then, so who knows? But it was our only chance to talk to Marco Casper throughout the year. So it was like classic Nick example there of being there and not getting the story, not getting the question, not getting any content for the show. So it was a good little test run, and it'll be hopefully this year we got our stuff figured out. We did a lot of post game interviews afterwards, but I'm hoping this year we're a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more relaxed, because it is a little nerve wracking being in there in front of some of these guys who are huge and
Yeah.
it's scary looking, as Amadeus would say.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you on the intimidation factor of being inside that room, because in Cleveland we were in the hallway. In Chicago you're in the hallway. In Milwaukee you're in the hallway. I think yeah, Syracuse you're in the hallway. Wilkes-Barre and Lehigh, I think both of them are also in the hallway. Most of those I've been to, except for the other two. So when they say, "Hey, you're coming, we're gonna let you in the doors," I was like, "Where are we going? What's happening?" And you get in there, and it's like half the time there's still guys in there, like with like we said with Austin
Changing.
Watson, he's just like chilling, soaking things in, and he's acting like he's not listening, but he's like totally listening.
Yeah, he's paying attention. He's listening. He's, making sure they're saying what needs to be said, I guess, maybe.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Or I just think I think he's actually interested in what people are saying or asking, or I think he's interested in absorbing the game in any way possible, if that makes sense. Like I've seen him like come up after we were asking other people questions, and then I asked like the same exact question to him. He's like ready. No one's ever ready. That ready. Like
Yeah, he is very intelligent, I would
Mhm.
say. Is like how he answers what he says, how he says, and he's not always giving us like the same copy paste answer either.
Mhm.
Like we'll ask him a question on, Friday, and then we'll ask him another question Saturday, and he will answer them. It's kind of the same question, and we're getting different answers, or different verbiage throughout it. So which is good for us. It helps us tremendously because it's always like, well, we gotta get pucks deep, we gotta back check forward. Like you get we, we all know the spiel, right? So it's
Yeah.
he does give us a little bit more content.
He
And yeah.
He does. I think that's the beauty of Austin Watson, is that his intentionality with his words and how he does things on the ice and off the ice. He also I am really good at getting him to swear.
Yeah,
I
he
I
was
don't even ask inflammatory questions, and then he'll just look around at everyone and talk, and then right when he goes to swear, it's right into my camera, and I'm like, okay. I love swearing. Swear words are my favorite. Like,
and we're
that's fine.
like Stridle, do we have to cut that? And he's like,
Oh,
yeah, if you could, please. Like,
the amount of people when I asked that, I was like, do you want me to bleep this out? Do you need me to cut this? The amount of people in the locker room that were like,
you're the girl that's like, well, there's what about the homework from last night? Are we gonna turn that in?
like, I don't want him to
Uh,
get fined by the league, okay?
that's fair. I mean, we're new down there, so we don't know what the rules or restrictions are. I'm sure it's in that 30 book that they gave us, right? Like there's
Oh,
30 books of everything that they had, like 300 pages of
yeah.
content to go through. And I'm like, I don't got time to read all this.
I can't wait to get the 30th year one.
Just 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 tell me like what I can and can't do, or and the why behind it. Because I ask a lot of questions like, can we do this? No. Well, why? And then they see me irritated. I was like, I need to know like what can we do? What can we not do? Like I want to put out more content. I want to record more. I want to do more things, and it's a tough thing to to do in your media.
No, it is
You
because
know.
you want to toe that line. I think that uh, to me, one of the like most beautiful things about covering a team is that dance that you take with them of like a give and take. Like you can't, it's a dance. It's a dance. Sometimes you lead, sometimes they lead. They're mainly the lead.
Yep.
Okay, they're mainly like the man role, and that's in the dance partner situation. Um, but I think it creates if you get with the right team and you get with the right media, it becomes an absolutely beautiful situation where everyone can tell stories and they don't have to work as hard and you don't have to work as hard because okay, the team's going to tell this story. I'm going to tell this one instead. And you're not like, you just don't have to grind as hard.
Yeah, it's just not that we don't have, like we have a good relationship with the team, and we feel that they do like us. I mean, they invited us back for year two, so I don't know if I can spoil that yet, but we kind of assumed we were coming back. So it's it is you have to kind of have some of those tough conversations too of like this is what we want to do. Is this possible, or what's going on here? I mean, we had that. I had to have that last year with Streidel of you know I see these stats. Can I share these? No, you absolutely cannot. I'm like, why? They're posted. Like, if I what?
I remember that like you asked him that question, and I didn't know you asked him that question, right? And then I come in the next weekend, and my whole entire questions for Dan Watson was about the face off. And I could just see you and Brandon looking at me like, and then looking at each other. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And as we're leaving, you guys were like, did you tell her? Did you tell her? And I was like, what are you talking about? And I did not know that. So it probably looks so bad.
Sorry. Yeah, it's one stat that's super important with our organization, with our prospects, is the face-off circle. It's like, are we winning? Are we not? And there's some teams do share those. Our organization decides not to, which I get there. I understand it, but when you're trying to evaluate these prospects, these young kids, it's so important to know how they're doing in that spot, especially for the future of our organization. Like people have been pounding the table, like this guy needs to be up. I'll say Nate Danielson. I'm like, okay, how is he in the faceoff circle? Nobody knows. And
Not great.
you want this
My
kid
eyes
taking
have seen it.
faceoffs, right? Like, but a lot of people that are, how do I say this? Like a lot of Red Wings podcasts and a lot of Red Wings, and I love them all. We'll get to that in a second. Or in a future episode. Um, and fans alike, they're watching Detroit and they're like, we have this prospect there in Grand Rapids. Why are they still in Grand Rapids? Like they need to be here in Detroit. Like we don't want to pay this guy $5 million to play center. Well, where we have Nate here for $1 million. I don't know. I'm just making up numbers. And you don't JT Copper for $5 million. Don't run with that. But it's one of those things. Is like, okay, but this is one of the most important positions. Is he succeeding in the face-off circle? Because that tells a lot, and that's how your offense and your defense is going to work off of that. And if he's not doing well, not that he isn't or not, I don't know because I don't have the stats, but that is part of it. And like, if he's not doing well, then he doesn't need to be up there yet, right? So,
Right.
I mean, or then they're like, oh, he could be on the left wing, but that's not why you drafted him, or on the
Right.
right wing. You drafted him to play center. He needs to take face-offs. He needs to learn how to take face-offs or be better at face-offs or whatever the thing is.
Yeah. No, it's so the thing with this stats is I wish they were more readily available, but until the league has more league official stats, that's not going to happen. Everything's going to be an unofficial stat, usually done in-house. So some
There's
teams are going to give them out, some teams aren't. Sometimes a coach just accidentally drops it in the hallway of the queue and You pick it up and and then you go, "Oh, here you go, Coach Mads."
Like take a picture of it real quick and then hand it back.
Put it
Uh,
to
I
put
mean,
it in my memory.
there's a way to talk about it without seeing it, and that's just what we have to do, and that's what we did moving forward. It's just you kind of have to keep track of yourself, and it's
It's
hard,
hard.
but
It
yeah, it can be done. But um, yeah, there's you got time for one more locker room story.
Oh yeah, I have a few more I have a few more questions too.
Um, so the best there was probably like my first time being in a locker room was when we were there prior to the season started with Doc Thompson.
Oh yeah, that's
We were
right.
invited in. They had uniforms and everything all over. And then first game, and then we go to um, we were there just about every game we were there. I think the Griffins were pretty sick of us, and we're like, "Why? You don't have to be here every game." No, we want to be. Like, this is what we're gonna do. Um, so I think, I can't remember what game it was, but you came up for a game, and
It wasn't until January that I finally was able to come in.
yeah, it was like January, February. I can't remember I don't even remember who we played that weekend. I've drawn a blank. I'm trying to remember the assistant coach's name off the top of my head. Steph
Steph Ju
Julian. So Dan was unavailable for maybe he was sick, maybe he was tired of media. I don't know.
Oh, I
Uh,
specifically asked for Steph. We
so
didn't
Elaine
even
asked.
ask for Dan. He was there. I said, "No, can we talk to Steph instead?"
So poor Steph comes out. Uh, Canadian, not great with the English, I would say, right? Like
Yeah,
maybe more,
he knows English pretty well. He's French Canadian, but it was definitely when you start throwing questions, you have to be a
yeah.
little bit better about the words you choose.
So Elaine comes in and she starts just hammering Steph about the power play and how poorly it was. Because I think at that point we were like 0 and 31 or something, 0 and 22 or like
No, it was 0 and 31.
0 and 31. And I didn't want to make it sound like I knew the stat. I was trying to downplay it a little bit.
Oh, I counted it.
And,
I counted it over and over. I had asked Waddy too. I was like, "Is this the correct amount?"
And this poor guy had just met Elaine, first time, and the
In
interns there
person.
the interns there are also just meeting you for the first time. And Brandon and I were done. We didn't really have questions for Steph. We were just like, let's just let her run. And Elaine's there, just pitbull dog, just grilling this guy. And he kept looking at the clock. He's sweating. He is under all the pressure. He keeps trying to leave the interview, and Elaine keeps asking him the same question and just rewording it to get him to answer. And everybody's like, this goes on for like, it felt like 10 minutes, but it was only like maybe two at the most. And everybody's like, all right, Elaine, like, give up. He's not going to give you the answer you're looking for. Like, holy crap, Elaine. And everybody's like, wow, she was really passionate about the face off, or not the face off, about the power play. I'm thinking about the next story I would want to tell. But yeah, that was and then we run into him downtown the next day because we were
Right.
heading to Toledo. He was running. No, I think that was like a Friday. I think that was like a Thursday night game. And then we run into him Saturday. Were the Griffins? No, I had him at Friday night. And then Saturday we
No,
picked
the
you up to go
Griffins
to
had
Toledo.
was it a Wednesday? It was a Thursday. It was a Wednesday, Friday game because I took time off from work to come up.
And then Saturday we went to Toledo.
Hmm.
So yeah, this was Friday. So then Saturday we saw no, because I think he had corrected it by then. They had gotten one. So maybe you interviewed him on Wednesday, and then
I
Friday we didn't get him again.
I don't
He was
remember
too
which day.
scared. He was like running
Well, yeah,
away.
when he saw
And then we see him
it.
Saturday morning. I'm like, good job, Steph. You did great on the power play last night because they finally broke the wretched stretch that they were on. So
I felt so horrible. I remember emailing Stridel the next morning. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, do you like I need to apologize to him? Like, I went really, really hard and I
I wish I could
wasn't
have
giving
filmed it.
up.
I
I
wish I could have
mean,
filmed the whole thing from like my
oh,
point of view
from
because it was just
like
like it was so awkward in the room, and we're all like, Elaine. and you just wouldn't give up. You're like, that no, answer the question, Steph. Like,
It's the
why is it
only
so bad?
thing.
What have you been doing? Why isn't that working? What have you else have you tried?
And
Have
part
you
of
tried
it,
this?
and part of that is because I spent so much time when I was dating that like French Canadian who lives near Gatineau. I spent so much time watching him have this amazing power play. And I know the cue is different, right?
Yeah.
But it was so good. And I was like, what is happening here? What is happening? Um, yeah, I know that you guys all, that's like probably one of your favorite moments of the whole season.
That was up there because it was you have so your presence down there. Like you've been doing this for so long. So you have the experience, you have the knowledge, you are very good at what you do down there, Elaine. And the players and the coaches also respect you because of the questions that you ask. They're not what went right, what went wrong tonight. Like those happen down there. And it's not, you ask very intentional questions and you're very good. So like when you have all these rookies who've been asking questions all year, and then you get how long have you been doing this? 20 years?
Like, well, in the locker, like
Yeah.
interviewing players, um, like 12, 12, but I was covering hockey for like 15 years and I would
You get a
interview
50.
everyone my whole life. I was an only child. I would interview the wall when I was in timeout. Like I've been practicing since I was four, baby. Like,
Maybe I should start that. Huh?
start interviewing Maggie, the
You
dog.
know, you got a 15-year vet in there, and they're like, oh wow, like, and then you're really going at it, like it draws a lot of attention. So that I'll remember that for a while, especially because it was just so funny to see Steph running the next day. And I'm like, oh no, he's gonna turn around and run the other way as soon as he sees us. Because
I
I know you felt bad, and you could tell, like he was like uncomfortable. It was uncomfortable. You could just feel it in the locker room. You
yeah.
felt it a lot. I felt it a lot in the locker room last year.
Yeah, well that time I felt it a lot. It was my own making. Um, what was your favorite moment though of being like in the like what was your favorite of all favorites?
I mean, it's really cool. Like I've grown up watching the Red Wings. Just- I'm a '90s baby, and like being able to see Steve Yzerman, be able to see Chris Draper, Dan Cleary, Borkoff down there. I feel like I saw Draper at one point too. I've seen Maltby. So to see those guys like filter in and out, like that's really cool. Throws you off too sometimes when you're interviewing, and then like you get Huso, right? You get some of the bigger players when they come down from Detroit. So those are cool. And then you get ASP and MBN at the end of the season. And it's just like, who would have thought like ever be, interviewing players like that caliber, it's crazy to think, for me at least, like no practice, no education on this. And you go from a fan to like this, and then you're being able to do this stuff. It's kind of crazy. Um, so like that whole season, like I just really just sat back and observed, and just like took it all in and just kind of like figured out where I need to be and like what I need to do. You know, it's it was, and I let Brandon really take the control of like asking questions, answering stuff. But it's funny, like I had to kind of calm him down after the end of the interviews. It's like he's shaking and he's like, I'm
He
so,
does.
and because it's hard to get in there sometimes with the media scrum, but sometimes it's just us. Like I have all day with questions or what we want to ask. But so it's yeah, like those times are fun. Like when Austin Watson last year like signing stuff for kids after the game. Like that was super cool because I didn't know much about this guy and like I wasn't down there the year prior, so I don't know if like does Shine do that? Does this person do that? Does Dids did that a lot last year? Did he did that as well. So that was super cool to see that interaction between the kids and like the players and like those guys really took the time to do it and they were like genuine about it. It wasn't just like all right, we lost. Like we got to get here. They're like, we got a game to prep for tomorrow. Like, no, they were like excited to be around the kids and they were like joking around with them. So like that side was cool to be able to see the person side of it and not always see the player side of it.
Yeah.
Um, I try to think if I had like a top moment, like the Stevie Y one was cool. Like, and then
Was
running
the hot
into
dog, was that one of your,
the hot dog.
when Brandon saved your life
Oh,
from the
I didn't even see that. So like in press row, like that kind of times. I try to think.
I can't, but like that thing, that I can't believe the hot dog got all the way up there, let alone almost took your head off.
I was like not even paying attention. A lot of times I was like coming from work into the games and it was just like chaos and like my mind's always just like scattered. And so it's like when I get up there and I get like you're already running late. And so it's like you sit down and you're like, I haven't ate yet and I gotta, you know, cover the game and like do this or that. And I just thinking about food. And so it's just, it gets kind of chaotic sometimes with my brain. So I'm hoping this season it's a little bit less chaos. I don't think it will be, but where I can kind of like settle in and be calm before the game. You know, and get adjusted and get situated. And, you know, now that I kind of know what I'm a little bit of what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I get
yeah, that
that.
hot dog time, I'm just like, what?
It
Like,
almost took you out.
yeah.
I almost was standing where you were, and I was like, "Oh yeah, no, you can stand there." I'm so glad.
I think one of the interns when they do the shirt when they throw the shirts at the third period, I think one of the interns I'm gonna blame it on an intern. One of the interns hit a kid with the with the t-shirt. I'll tell you off here who it was, but yeah, we'll say it was an intern. So that was that was kind of funny because we bring it up every time when they go to throw shirts. We're like, don't hit that guy again. Uh, and they better make some of those shirts down to the ice. So yeah, it's I guess the back and forth between the ice crew and us, of throwing stuff to each other, they're pretty good. The
I love it.
the I think it's Griff or Fit. No, it's Fit. That the Finn in the off season, he's
Mhm.
a. I've heard this through the like through the elevator talk. I guess I should call it. Maybe I could create that as a segment, elevator talk. He is a off season softball player. So his arm, it
Is
like
strong.
yeah, he's got a strong arm. So like that's how he in the off season he's just practice. You know, hockey is his workout, and he's just flinging those t-shirts, hot dogs, or whatever he's got. You know, at the time. So, um, yeah, that's
I love that you bring up the elevator because the elevator is so funny to me. So for those who don't know, the elevator broke down towards the end of the season. In fact, it broke down right before I moved here. I was so used to taking one of the like 40 elevators that Rocket Arena has. And these guys were like, we like Brandon was like, I've been walking up the stairs, and I just send Stridle one email and I go, is there another elevator?
there's like
Boom.
120. Somebody counted them. There's like 122 steps. Like it's not a joke.
No, it's a lot of
It's
steps.
a lot of stairs.
I was not walking up them. I was not doing it.
Yeah.
You got to walk down them. It's so much faster to go down instead of taking the elevator. But I was like, I can't. I'm not doing this. I just moved here. I just moved stuff in my house. Nick also just moved stuff into my house. I'm tired.
Yeah, I remember the game before that. I got in the elevator. I went either up or down. I can't remember,
It
and
was so scary.
it was sketch. It was super sketch. And I was
It
just like,
broke when I was there.
yeah. The interns
Yeah.
got stuck in the elevator. It was kind
Yeah.
of funny.
We told them,
Uh,
but we told them, we said, do not get in
not,
the elevator.
and they didn't listen. And then they like showed up like halfway through the third, and I remember Crispin was like, "Where were you, girls?" And they're like, "We got stuck in the elevator." And we all like turned around, like, "What?"
That was
But
my
yeah, I thought they were
welcome to Grand
kidding.
Rapids, Elaine.
I honestly thought they were kidding because I think it was the third, and then I think Brandon used. I think he walked up and he walked down. He's like, "Yeah, the elevators." I was like, "Whatever, like they'll fix it. It'll be a quick fix."
It
That was
wasn't a
out for
quick
like
fix.
yeah, it was out for like 2 weeks. So,
At least
um,
it was more than that.
yeah, and that like it's a little anxious to know who are like if they're gonna be the same people coming back. Like, is it rotate? Like, I don't
Mhm.
know. You know,
Right.
I had season tickets, so like some of the interns I or workers, like I recognize because of how much I was at the games, but being media now, it's like, okay, are they going to be back? I know the Toledo people, not all of them are back, so it's going to be an interesting time when we get there. So,
Yeah. So for me, growing up watching an original six team as well. Sorry, not Detroit, Chicago.
oh,
I
oh,
I always wanted to be a part of the history, right? I always wanted to be in interviews with Hawks players, with Hawks management, ownership. I always had wanted to be a part of the history. I got to be a part of history. Unfortunately, it was for the Jenner Block investigation of Brad Aldridge sexually assaulting a player. Uh, so, not exactly the most beautiful way to hit your dreams. But you guys, you're going to be at the red and white game. You're going to get to be a part of this history in the 100th year. Like, to me, I think that's beautiful for people like you and Brandon who have been watching this team. My mom is excited because she grew up watching the Wings. She's the Wings. So, like, do you find that like a cool piece that now you're going to get to be a part of this amazing history?
so for me, it's like I've been stressing out for the entire week because I didn't know if we were going to have
I
credentials
know
for
we
this
both
game.
were.
So I'm like, then yesterday I'm like, we haven't heard anything. The Wings don't verify podcasts or credential podcasts for media. So I'm like, we this is gonna be super funny for listeners. We didn't buy tickets, and yesterday I go on. I'm like, we probably should buy tickets just for backup, right? Like, make sure we're there at the game. It's our home arena. It's the first time it's been back at the Van Andel for like several years. I can't remember the last time, and it's a big deal. It's a huge deal, and I'm super excited to be able to see, like during the lockout, like I got to watch Chris Chelios. I got to watch I think Darren Hatcher played too. I got to watch Darren McCarty play for Flint. I'm trying to think. There was a couple other players too that played for Flint during the lockout, and so like that was super cool to see them on my home ice, my home arena ice. And then it's like now you get to see the red and white game will be back. I get to see Moritz Seider like at the red and white at Van Andel because I didn't start watching the team again. When he was here, I wasn't involved with hockey, so it'll be very exciting to see it. This year, I'm like super disappointed because like I want to go to the home opener. I wanted to buy the jersey. I want to go to all the events. I want to like live the fandom this year, and it's so expensive. It's so expensive. Like I even looked at tickets today. They're like, "We'll give you $100," and it's like $200 for the ticket.
Yeah.
All right, and you got to buy like four. Yeah, you got to buy four tickets to do it. So it's
Yeah.
$800 and you got $100 back. Which thanks Weeks organization, like it's great, like great incentive to get people to the game. It's out of my budget, So, I want to be at Sergey's 91 retirement. I want to be part of more of it. So to be able to have the the access and the to be able to do it at the Van Andel is great. Like I didn't think it was going to happen. I really gave up on it today. I was just like,
You did.
whatever. I was like, I'm done.
You're
Like,
like, I've made peace with it.
yeah, I'm like, we're moving on and we're just going to be screwed. So, we just kind of go from there and figure it out. I don't know what we are going to do. I really had no idea. I'm heading up to Travers, for Thursday morning, Friday and Saturday. I'll be just driving back and forth from Grand Rapids. So, I get to be a little bit of a part there. I love being up in Traverse City, in the lower peninsula, not
I
the upper
know.
peninsula.
I know. I have to redact something from my preseason episode. I thought that Traverse City was in the UP. I grew up right outside Chicago and then I lived near Akron, Ohio. So like I don't know. I don't know. I heard it was so beautiful and then also everyone talks about how beautiful the UP is. I assumed they were the same place.
It's close, but it's not the same. It, yeah, this time of year, like October, Traverse City is beautiful. I lived up there for 2.5 years. Couple trips I usually do a couple trips in the fall. I can't do it now with the podcast, but I try to get up there to see the colors, and it's truly beautiful up there. I love being up there. It's just so calming being near the lakes. So I'll be up there. It's gonna suck driving back and forth, but it's what you got to do. So
It's
uh,
worth it.
yeah, it's worth it. No access, which is fine, but just to be able to be around hockey and hockey people at Traverse City, like I love it. And I'll be going solo. Yeah, no Maria this time. I took Maria. Well, last year we did the full camp, and then the year prior to that we did the red and white game up there. So this year it'll be just me
Yeah.
rolling. So this episode will probably come out way after that though,
It'll
right?
come out, it'll come out on the day after the red and white game. 2 days after the red and white game.
So yeah, so not much camp talk. I won't talk about that,
Right,
but
so make sure you listen to the Hockeytown West podcast recap of all those things.
I'll be yeah. I
Oh,
don't yeah.
oh, will you be in? mm, You wouldn't have
Well,
left yet. You wouldn't have left yet for your trip.
no, I'll be yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's the weekend right after the red and white game. The week I'm here that week, and then I'm off to Spain for a week and a half. So I covered no preseason, and I'm making my rounds on all the podcasts now to get the Griffin talk in and go from there. So it's yeah, last year we did it in November. We went to Mexico for a week, which was awesome. It was beautiful. Day of the Dead, we celebrated in there with the culture. And then this year we're going to do Barcelona, Spain before the season. I said the one requirement has to be before the season. And Maria did that and forgot to include preseason. So that's on me. So next year we're going to get better.
You better be wearing all your like Griffin stuff over there. Make sure you bring your Hockeytown West podcast stuff. You never know. Bring stickers. You
Yeah, I'll bring
never know.
last year I brought my Day of the Dead. No, what was they called it something else. Maria's got two of the jerseys. She's
Oh, the
got two of
Los,
the Hispanic
yeah.
Heritage night jerseys. So we wore those in Mexico and took some pictures. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear this year. Or what I'm gonna take over. I took an Iserman with jersey lot to Mexico and got some pictures, so that was cool. So
I got a Bears jersey you could wear over there.
I, you probably don't want to do that. I'll probably leave it
I
over
know.
there.
Please don't.
Yeah.
It's Devin
And,
Hester. It's from his
and
rookie year. I am not.
like then they'll do some research and like, oh my gosh, Devin Hester, you're so cool. And then he's gonna like this poor kid is gonna grow up hating himself, right? Of becoming a Bears fan. Like that's how that story will play out.
Oh man. Oh man. So I have one last question about the beauty of the locker room in your first season, not just the locker room, but just being credentialed. I think that we both can agree that the most beautiful part of being able to be on press row is our girl, Betty.
Yes. Yes. Betty is a gem. That was the only person that I actually attempted to talk to all year.
She's so easy and sweet to talk to. I love
Yes.
her.
If for people who don't know, Betty is like an 80-year-old lady who's a security guard. And she
She's the press
makes,
box attendant.
yeah, she is a beaut. I offer her every time I go downstairs. Do you want anything? You want a drink? You want candy? You want snacks? She always turns me down. So maybe this year I can figure out what she likes. I'll just grab it for her, right? Bring it back up to her. But yeah, she is she's funny. She's good. I like messing with her and talking with her before the games and during the intermissions. Uh, hopefully she's back this year. You
I
know,
hope so. She's my favorite part. I mean, I moved 5 hours away so that I could be with Betty over 30 games a season. Okay.
yeah. Like I get up there, I'm like, I don't know where I am supposed to go. Am I supposed to check in with you? What how does this work? And she's like, okay, where's your name? She crosses me out. And I'm like, Brady, did you check in with Betty? No. I'm like, you're supposed to check in with the security lady. Because he was
She,
gone for the first game. So yeah, she's fun. Super nice, super cool. I know Tyler chats her up a lot.
Hmm. Well, every ladies love Tyler. Older ladies love Tyler.
Yeah, they love me too. Maybe I'm losing my charm. Maybe that's what it is. But I used to hit off a lot in sales with the old ladies. It became a trend, and I got made fun of it for a long time. That'll be a story
Hey,
for off air.
that's okay. But yeah, Betty's the best. I love her. She's so sweet. I hope that she is in Van Andel forever. Forever.
I agree.
All right. Because this made me think of it. So, one thing that I love the most about you and I is that we are very community oriented. We want the locker room to be a family. I tried to create that when I was in Cleveland. There was really only one other person there. His name was Jeff Schladel. He's been covering Cleveland sports for 50 years, over 50 years. I love him to death. So I was looking forward to coming here where there was a lot more people. He'll start dropping like flies with like their outlets, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, am I the bad luck? Um, but I mean, why do you think that it's important that we all are kind of like a little community?
I think it's important because I don't know, that's a tough one. Like I just want everybody to succeed. Like I I just try to think like there's a lot to this question. So I'm trying to think of like trying to think it through because I feel like sometimes I'll say things and I think it gets taken a different way. And so until you really know me, then you're like, okay, that's what Nick was trying to say when he said these things. And so I'm like, I'm always like in this middle of how I say and phrase things. But I think like I never thought I'd be here, right? I never thought I would be in a locker room. I never thought I'd have the access that I do. I never thought, and I know that it's to have what we have is very special. Like it's not, I don't take it for granted, right? I'm very appreciative. Like when when we got the email today, I was like, thank God, like we got that, and then we got more. And I was just
Hmm.
like, I didn't even think we were going to be able to get that, and we got that and that and that. Like, so it was important to me. Crazy as it is, I still don't believe it. We're established, I guess, in the community. We're established with what we do and how we do it, and we gel very well, all three of us together, which is is very lucky, right? Like Travis coming on was a huge benefit to us, and he brings a great element to our show. So, uh, you know, to be able to outreach and to be able to help others to get that connection, like with jumping on with Hockey Style Podcast last week was huge. Like for them, I hope it helped them. I hope people will tune in to them because I was on their show and gave them a little bit of insight, hoping that they'll jump on ours at some point and we get some insight on that side. So I think collaboration is important because it grows, right? You get more out of it and you get better because of it, right? If you're just doing a show by yourself, how are you getting better, right? I'm always iron sharpens iron. So if you're working and you're getting these and you're getting the connections and you're able to get to where you want to get to and use your platform to help others to get to that platform, like that's all I'm at. Like I was like that when I was at my other job, like I was always pushing for people to get promoted and people to get you know the notoriety that they deserve.
Yeah, I've always said that I can't be the best unless I'm surrounded by the best, but I also don't want to leave behind the people that have supported me, and the people that I love. So I want them to be the best so that I can take them with me, or that they take me with them, or we go together.
Or we
Like
go down together.
we go down together in a burning fire.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
uh
Um, yeah, it's important, and it's important for the league. I think it's very important for the AHL and the Griffins for us all to support each other because if we're all
well, and
bringing in
Toledo,
different, yeah, and Toledo too. Yeah.
don't forget the little brother.
Listen, I could never, because those games are seared inside my brain. Um, but I do think for the AHL, it's a bit tougher. They don't always have the same amount of fans that come in, the same amount of sellouts. I mean, Toledo's a bit of a vibe, with the amount of people that just there's like wasn't there like a backdoor underground ticket market like
Yeah.
for an ECHL team? That's amazing. There's NHL teams that don't even have that. Like, but people, I mean, the AHL struggled after COVID, and I think it is important. A lot of the writers didn't come back. Some teams don't even really have a writer like that even writes about them or podcasts about them or talks about them. And so I think it's important for the league as well. I love the minor leagues. I love it so much. But if we're not talking about it and we're not lifting each other up, well, that's also a detriment to the team.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone through two NHL lockouts and it killed me, right? Like I found something else. Life got in the way and I never came back, you know. Or, I mean, I can't say never came back, but like I'm picking it back up again and like I'm now analyzing and like relearning the leagues and the players and everything. Like, it's also not good to come back when your team is, last place and not doing well for the Red Wings, and we're kind of this sticky, mushy bottom area. So, when COVID happened and these players, you see that, people will forget about it, right? Or they'll come back later on. And this is the best time right now to get back involved with the Griffins because of the prospects that are coming through, the talent that they have. Like we're so fortunate to be able to, like, I love the fact that we're in the middle. Like there's that I just named 10 Red Wings podcasts. There's
Yeah.
two Griffins ones or three Griffins ones. And we're covering and we're able to provide a different insight, and different views. And like that's what I love about hockey is like everybody has a different view and a different opinion and a different like lens that they watch it through. And I love being in the middle to see where we're going and to see what's coming up. It's fantastic where we're at.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Well, Nick, thank you, my friend, for joining me on episode 1 of this season. Um, Travis will be on next week. I'm actually recording with him tomorrow, but
Yeah, I was to say he's actually gonna be in like Washington D.C. or somewhere. Good
like
luck.
Utah, right?
Yeah, maybe
Somewhere like
Utah.
that.
He's gonna be at both. So,
Yeah.
uh, guy's
Yes.
smart. The way he like at first when I thought about this, I was like preseason games. Why would anybody go to a preseason NHL game? Like that doesn't make sense. But yeah, then we go to a preseason football game, and then we're like, oh yeah, this makes sense. Okay, so, um, so yeah, he's a beaut. I like that
He
guy.
is absolute beaut. So tell people where they can find you. Not in person. We're not about stalking on this podcast. Unless you're really rich and would like to bankroll me, then go for it.
No,
Um,
no bake rolling. No bake rolling. You can find me. All my usernames on all my socials is GR Hockey Guy. I have no profile pic right now. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I have no burner accounts yet. And then I have a Hockeytown. You can find us at Hockeytown W Pod on Twitter. I think that's our Gmail too. So if you want to email us, that's cool. Brandon sees a lot of those. And where else are we? We're literally
TikTok and
TikTok,
Instagram,
Instagram, Threads. They post there. Facebook, I guess.
Facebook,
I don't
yeah,
have access to
Blue
that.
Sky.
Brandon doesn't allow me access to that. BlueSky, and we every week we do one episode Griffins, and we'll do one episode Toledo. We started covering Toledo, and then it just kind of grew into its own show, and the support is really there for both shows. So we were like, doesn't make sense to do a 2-hour episode. Let's just split them. So I don't really know what our recording schedule is yet. We'll figure it out when I get back from Barcelona. I come back opening day of the Red Wings.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point. Yeah, it's fun. It's chaos. So yeah, you can find us there. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I'm anywhere else.
I
I don't
think
have
it's
Facebook.
No, Snapchat, but we're not giving them that.
I don't Snapchat. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a me thing. Yeah, I think that's it. We're on YouTube. Subscribe,
Oh
like
yeah, YouTube.
Apple, Spotify. We have a
All the
Patreon.
places I'm at, they're
Yeah,
at.
yeah. If if you haven't found us yet, it's a great time to follow us. We're
It
finally
is.
figuring it out. I hope. So no, we don't really have anything crazy planned for the season. I mean, we do, but we don't. Nothing new, no new elements. No, I think last year was media, the year before was YouTube. We've always had a Patreon, so no, nothing new, crazy fold. Uh, maybe merchandise. We're still toying with, but maybe some merch. As you see, my friend Phil, who's got Hockeytown West hat on. So
That should be your profile picture.
yeah, maybe that'll be it. So we do have some big exciting things to launch this season, and I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that. I hope we can execute what I want to do well.
I'm always here to help you guys if I don't get burnt out myself. I'm a one-woman show here, but
It's crazy. The people that do this for by themselves, like I could probably do it by myself, because I am just that chatty. But I give you guys props that do it solo. I give the people who do live shows like props as well. Because a lot of stuff I say needs to be edited out. So I just don't like live shows are tough for me. Um,
I get it. Going on the radio for the first time, I was like, don't say fuck. Don't say motherfucker. Don't say fuck. Don't say it. Don't do it. Don't.
did
Don't.
you?
Oh, it was close.
Oh, you can find us on radio too. We'll be on Ryan Walsh's
Yeah.
Sports Intel with Ryan Walsh throughout the season too. I'm sure. So, we've already did 2 episodes with him. So, give everybody a follow, a like, a share. They're free.
Yeah. It's
Support.
free to support. It's free to support and lift up.
And if you got
Thanks.
money, you can support us on Patreon.
Yeah, yes, if you have money.
It does help
There's
us. We've done a lot of improvements with the show based off our Patreon. So
Yeah, you guys have come a long way, and it's been great to watch you grow from when I met you guys pre locker room and Simon era
yeah.
when everyone knew who I was because I was all over the Zoom press conferences.
That and Twitter. We were really connected through Twitter.
Yeah, you
So
know. Well, thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you back here next week. And thanks, Nick, again. And remember, everyone, be kind and love always. I'm not leaving that last part in.
love you. Bye.
Right now, I have to leave that last part in. My theme music is One Light by Nick Wilkinson and the Featured Players. You can find their latest album, Live, Volume 1, on Bandcamp and Spotify. Live Volume 1 was recorded in front of a live audience on May 26, 2017 at Jilly's Music Room in Akron, Ohio.